The hidden dangers lurking in your dream vacation. Picture this. You're sipping coffee at a charming cafe in Paris, marveling at the Eiffel Tower, or relaxing on a sun-soaked beach, fulfilling a lifelong dream. But then, out of nowhere, a health scare lands you in a foreign hospital, a scam wipes out your savings, or sheer exhaustion leaves you too drained to enjoy the trip you've spent years planning. For seniors over 70, this isn't just a hypotheticality, a very real risk that can turn a bucket list adventure into a costly, stressful, or even life-altering ordeal. The allure of travel is undeniable. Exploring new cultures, tasting exotic foods, and creating memories in far-off places can feel like the perfect way to embrace retirement. But as we age, our bodies and minds change in ways that make travel far more challenging than it was in our 40s or 50s. What many seniors don't realize is that the risks health emergencies, infections, physical strain, falls, and financial traps can outweigh the rewards if you're not prepared. In this in-depth guide, we're diving into 5 critical reasons why traveling after 70 is riskier than you might think. Each reason is backed by real-world examples, expert insights, and practical advice to help you make informed decisions. By the end, you'll have a clear understanding of the challenges seniors face on the road and how to mitigate them if you choose to travel. Stick with us until the end, because the final Arizona financial pitfall that catches countless seniors off guard could save you thousands of dollars and immeasurable stress. Let's get started. 1. Health emergencies. When a minor issue becomes a life-threatening crisis. As we age, our bodies become less resilient. Chronic conditions like heart disease, high blood pressure, diabetes, or arthritis can flare up unexpectedly, and what's manageable at home can escalate into a full-blown emergency when you're thousands of miles away. For seniors over 70, the risk of a medical crisis isn't just theoretical, it's a statistical reality. According to the CDC, adults over 70 are 30% more likely to experience a health emergency requiring hospitalization than those in their 60s, and travel amplifies this risk. The challenges of health risks while traveling. Long flights, for example, increase the risk of deep vein thrombosis, DVT, a condition where blood clots form in the legs, potentially traveling to the lungs, and causing a life-threatening pulmonary embolism. A 2023 study in the Journal of Travel Medicine found that adults over 70 are twice as likely to develop DVT on flights longer than 4 hours due to reduced circulation and prolonged immobility. High-altitude destinations, like Denver or Machu Picchu, can strain the heart and lungs, especially for those with pre-existing conditions. Even something as simple as dehydration, common in hot climates, or dry airplane cabins can hit seniors harder, leading to dizziness, confusion, or worse. Then there's the issue of accessing care. At home, you know your doctor's number and the nearest hospital. Abroad, you might face language barriers, unfamiliar healthcare systems, or delays in treatment. In some countries, emergency services may not meet U.S. standards, and rural or remote areas may lack advanced medical facilities. For example, a 74-year-old named James embarked on a Mediterranean cruise, expecting a relaxing getaway. On day 4, he experienced severe chest pain. The ship's medical team provided basic care, but he needed an emergency evacuation to a hospital 200 miles away, delaying critical treatment by hours. He survived, but faced a $30,000 medical bill his U.S. insurance didn't cover. The hidden cost of medical care abroad. Many seniors assume their Medicare or private health insurance will cover them anywhere, but this is rarely the case. Medicare typically doesn't cover treatment outside the U.S., and private plans often have limited international coverage. A single hospital stay abroad can cost $10,000 minus $50,000, and emergency medical evacuations can exceed $100,000. Without comprehensive travel insurance, these costs come straight out of your pocket, potentially draining retirement savings. How to stay safe. If you're over 70 and considering travel, preparation is non-negotiable. Start with a thorough health checkup at least 6 to 8 weeks before your trip. Discuss your itinerary with your doctor to identify risks specific to your destination, like high altitudes or extreme climates. Pack enough medication for the entire trip, plus extra in case of delays, and carry a list of your prescriptions and medical history. Research your destination's healthcare system. Does it have reputable hospitals? Are emergency services reliable? For international trips, invest in travel insurance that covers medical emergencies, hospital stays, and evacuations. Look for policies with at least $50,000 in medical coverage and $100,000 for emergency transport. Finally, take precautions during travel. Stay hydrated, move around every hour on long flights, and avoid overexertion. Your turn. Have you or a loved one faced a health scare while traveling? What did you learn? Share your story in the comments to help others prepare. 2. Germs and infections. Invisible threats in every airport, hotel, and restaurant. Traveling exposes you to new environments and new pathogens. For seniors over 70, whose immune systems weaken with age, a minor cold, stomach bug, or respiratory infection can escalate into a serious health issue. According to a 2021 study in The Lancet, adults over 70 are 50% more likely to develop complications from respiratory infections like flu or pneumonia when exposed to new strains abroad. Crowded airports, packed planes, and busy tourist spots are perfect breeding grounds for germs, and seniors are especially vulnerable. The risks of exposure. Airplanes are notorious for spreading infections. A 2019 study by the Journal of Environmental Health Research found that tray tables, armrests, and seatbelts harbor more bacteria than most public restrooms. Passengers from around the world bring diverse viruses, increasing your exposure to strains your immune system hasn't encountered. For seniors, even a common cold can lead to complications like bronchitis or pneumonia, which can require hospitalization. Food and water safety is another concern. Exotic cuisines are a highlight of travel, but unfamiliar ingredients, undercooked food, or contaminated water can lead to foodborne illnesses like E. coli, salmonella, or norovirus. These hit seniors harder, causing severe dehydration, prolonged illness, or even organ damage. For example, a 75-year-old named Carol contracted a stomach infection from a salad in Southeast Asia. What seemed like a minor issue turned into a week-long hospital stay, costing her $8,000 and ruining her trip. Public surfaces door handles, railings, or mobility aids like canes also pose risks. Seniors who rely on these for balance are more likely to pick up germs, especially in high-traffic areas like cruise ships or bus tours. In developing countries, tap water may carry bacteria locals are immune to but travelers aren't, making even brushing your teeth a potential hazard. How to protect yourself. Vigilance is key. Wear a mask in crowded areas like airports or public transport, and carry hand sanitizer with at least 60% alcohol. Wash your hands frequently, especially before eating. Stick to bottled or filtered water. Avoid raw foods like salads or undercooked meat, and choose well-cooked meals from reputable restaurants. For international trips, consult your doctor about vaccines for diseases like hepatitis A or typhoid, common in some regions. Pack a small health kit with essentials like anti-diarrheal medication, electrolyte packets, and over-the-counter remedies for colds. If you use mobility aids, sanitize them regularly. Finally, monitor your health closely during travel. If you feel unwell, seek medical attention immediately, rather than hoping it'll pass. Let's talk. What's your go-to strategy for staying healthy while traveling? Share a tip in the comments to help fellow seniors. 3. Travel fatigue, when exhaustion overshadows the adventure. Travel is exciting, but it's also physically and mentally taxing. For seniors over 70, the toll of long flights, packed schedules, and unfamiliar environments can be overwhelming. Unlike in your younger years, when a good night's sleep could recharge you, recovery after 70 takes longer. A 2020 study in sleep medicine found that adults over 70 take up to 7 days to fully adjust to a 6-hour time zone change, compared to 3 to 4 Dalton's Ys for younger adults. This lingering jet lag can leave you foggy, irritable, and too tired to enjoy your trip. Physical and mental toll. Long flights or bus rides mean hours of sitting, which can cause stiff joints, swollen legs, or increased risk of blood clots. For seniors with arthritis or circulation issues, this discomfort can persist for days. Once you arrive, the demands of travel walking 5 to 7 miles a day through museums, standing in long airport lines, or hauling luggage can push your body beyond its limits. Add in disrupted sleep from noisy hotels, unfamiliar beds, or time zone changes, and you've got a recipe for exhaustion. Sleep deprivation isn't just about feeling tired. It weakens your immune system, impairs balance, and increases the risk of heart issues. For example, Richard, a 75-year-old retiree, planned a 2-week tour of Europe. After a 10-hour flight and a 6-hour time difference, he was so fatigued he struggled to keep up with his tour group. By day 3, he was skipping activities to rest, missing half the sights he'd paid to see. Diet and hydration also play a role. Unfamiliar foods can cause digestive issues, and it's easy to forget to drink enough water while on the go. Dehydration exacerbates fatigue, leading to dizziness or confusion, which can make even simple tasks feel overwhelming. How to combat fatigue. Plan rest days in your itinerary for at least one every 3 to 4 Dalton's Ys. Choose shorter flights with layovers to move around and reduce stiffness. Pack nutritious snacks like nuts or protein bars to maintain energy, and drink at least 8 ounces of water every hour during travel. Prioritize sleep by booking quiet hotels, using earplugs, or taking short naps during the day. Most importantly, listen to your body. If a packed schedule feels like too much, scale back. Quality matters more than quantity. Your experience. How do you manage energy on long trips? Drop your best tip in the comments to inspire others. 4. Falls and injuries. A single misstep can change everything. Falls are a leading cause of injury for seniors, and travel environments amplify the risk. As we age, balance, reflexes, and bone density decline, making even minor stumbles dangerous. According to the CDC, falls account for over 3 million emergency room visits annually for adults over 70, and unfamiliar settings like hotels, cruise ships, or historic sites increase the odds. A single fall can lead to fractures, surgery, or permanent mobility loss, turning a dream trip into a nightmare. Why travel increases fall risks? Travel destinations often lack the accessibility of home. Cobblestone streets, steep stairs, or dimly lit pathways are common in historic cities or tourist sites. Cruise ships may have slippery decks or narrow corridors, and public transportation might require quick steps onto buses or trains. Fatigue and jet lag worsen the problem, slowing reaction times and impairing coordination. For seniors with arthritis or joint pain, long walks or standing for hours can cause swelling, further destabilizing balance. Consider Linda, a 78-year-old who fell on a poorly lit street in Italy, breaking her hip. She required emergency surgery and spent 6 months in recovery, losing much of her independence. The trip, meant to be a joyful adventure, became a painful and costly ordeal. In many destinations, emergency response times are slower, and medical care may not meet U.S. standards, delaying treatment and increasing complications. How to reduce the risk? Choose destinations with good accessibility. Think flat terrain, reliable elevators, or wheelchair-friendly paths. Research your itinerary to avoid high-risk areas like steep hills or uneven surfaces. Wear supportive, non-slip shoes, and consider using a cane or walking stick, even if you don't normally need one. Rest frequently to maintain coordination, and avoid rushing through crowded areas. If you're traveling with a group, communicate your needs to ensure the pace is manageable. Share your story. Have you faced tricky terrain while traveling? What's one safety tip you'd recommend? Let us know in the comments. 5. Financial traps. When a trip drains your bank account. The final reason is one of the most insidious: financial risks. Travel after 70 isn't just about health, it's about protecting your hard-earned savings. From uncovered medical bills to trip cancellations and scams, a single mishap can cost thousands, leaving seniors financially vulnerable in retirement. The cost of medical care abroad. As mentioned, most U.S. health insurance plans, including Medicare, don't cover treatment outside the country. A 2022 report by the U.S. Travel Insurance Association estimated that 1 in 6 travelers over 70 faces an unexpected medical expense abroad, with costs ranging from $5,000 for a minor hospital visit to over $100,000 for emergency evacuations. Without travel insurance, these bills can wipe out savings or force seniors into debt. Trip cancellations and non-refundable losses. Health issues can arise suddenly, forcing you to cancel a trip. Many airlines, hotels, and cruise lines have strict non-refunded policies, meaning you could lose thousands on prepaid bookings. For example, a 76-year-old named George canceled a $4,000 cruise due to a heart scare, only to learn the fare was non-refunded, leaving him with nothing to show for his investment. Scams targeting seniors. Seniors are prime targets for travel scams. Fake vacation rentals, phishing emails posing as travel agencies, or overpriced taxi services prey on those unfamiliar with their surroundings. In 2023, the Federal Trade Commission reported that adults over 70 lost $50 million to travel-related scams, from fraudulent bookings to stolen credit card information. One couple, both in their mid-70s, booked a luxury villa online, only to arrive and find an empty lot. They lost $5,000 and had to pay double for last-minute accommodations. How to protect your finances. Always verify if your health insurance covers international care. If not, purchase travel insurance with at least $50,000 in medical coverage and trip cancellation protection. Book through reputable companies and be wary of deals that seem too good to be true. Use credit cards for payments to dispute fraudulent charges and avoid sharing personal information with strangers. Carry minimal cash and monitor your accounts for suspicious activity. Your advice. Have you encountered a travel scam or financial surprise? Share your experience in the comments to warn others. Final thoughts. Travel smart, not risky. Traveling after 70 can still be a rewarding way to embrace retirement, but it comes with serious risks that demand careful planning. Health emergencies, infections, fatigue, falls, and financial traps can turn a dream vacation into a costly ordeal, threatening your health, savings, and peace of mind. But this doesn't mean you have to give up travel entirely. It means approaching it differently. Opt for shorter trips, closer destinations, or senior-friendly locations with good healthcare and accessibility. Consult your doctor, secure comprehensive insurance, pace yourself, and stay vigilant about scams. Ask yourself, is your health stable enough for the trip? Can you afford unexpected costs? Is the destination manageable for your needs? Honest answers can prevent heartache down the road. At the end of the day, longevity is about quality, not just years. A well-planned trip can add joy to your life, but an unprepared one can take it away. Choose wisely, plan thoroughly, and travel smart. Call to action. Which of these 5 reasons hit home for you? Drop the number 1 to 5 in the comments and share one lesson or tip from your own travel experiences. Your story could save someone else from a costly mistake. Like, subscribe, and share this guide with anyone over 70 planning a trip. Let's keep the conversation going. Your insights make our community stronger. Safe travels, and we'll see you in the next article.